One of the biggest surprises to come out of Games Workshop lately has been the unprecedented success of Shadow War Armageddon. Reports from stores the world over have shown it was sold out in minutes, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a new copy of the game going for retail anywhere online. Even now, GW have posted that they'll be taking pre-orders for the rulebook on their community page, with a caveat that they'll take longer than usual to fulfill because they have to print and ship the new books. The tone of this shows that not even GW expected this to be the hit it's become. Why is that? For those who don't know, Shadow War Armageddon is a skirmish-scale game set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe with squad-sized kill teams taking center stage instead of the massive war machines and hordes of infantry you'd see in regular 40k. The first avenue we'll explore is in the DNA of this game. Shadow War Armageddon's rules are lifted almost verbatim from GW's classic specialist game Necromunda, with a few tweaks and balances. Necromunda's appeal was in exploring a different avenue of the 40k setting with its futuristic gang wars, but also in its smaller, faster battles and character advancement for your gang members. In my time playing Necromunda, I built a gang where each member was an individual, and I got to watch them grow, die, and gear up between matches. These RPG elements are too much for an army-sized game, but in a small skirmish game, they can add a lot to the experience. Next, we'll look at 40k itself. Even people who love the game, myself included, can tell you that right now 40k feels bloated. The rules are too dense, the games take too long, the balance is all over the place, and there's entirely too much to keep track of. I, for one, am really hoping for a simpler 40k experience once the next edition drops, and I'd love for a faster playing and easier to play version of the game like Age of Sigmar. The buy-in for 40k is also a lot, with an army's worth of models, rulebooks, supplements, and storage being expensive, especially for a new player. Despite this, people still love the game, and the setting, and they want to keep exploring that setting in their games. 40k is still the big dog in the market, and finding a game of it is easier than ever. Finally, we'll look at the current gaming climate. We live in a golden age of tabletop gaming, where a new miniatures game is getting announced every week, and most Kickstarters for miniatures games and models are getting funded or straight up breaking records. However, almost all of these games have one thing in common: their scale. I don't just mean 28mm scale or whatever, but the scope of the games themselves is very tight. Malifaux, Guild Ball, Blood and Plunder, Infinity, and X-Wing are all small-scale games featuring only a handful of models per side. These games are resonating with people a lot more than army-scale games like 40k and Age of Sigmar are these days, and drawing in new players left and right. They play quickly, are cheap to start, and serve as a lower-effort alternative to building and painting a massive army. I'm not saying army-scale games are bad or unpopular, I prefer them actually, but you can't look at the miniatures game hobby without seeing a startling number of skirmish games popping up. So now we come back to Shadow War Armageddon and how all this ties together. You've got the nostalgia factor and RPG elements of Necromunda, the vast setting, model range, and player base of Warhammer 40,000, and the low buy-in and quick playtime of the modern skirmish games hitting the market. It's a potent cocktail and a recipe for success. Let's just hope that GW learns a lot from this going forward and continues to support the game and projects like it. Thanks for checking out my analysis of Shadow War Armageddon's success. Let me know what you think in the comments and if you've gotten to play any games of it yet. Subscribe or support me on Patreon if you'd like, and I'll see you in the Underhive.